There's no way we can go through grinding of reels. And the reality is when you get out of here, grinding of reels is going to be an extremely small portion of 1 or 2 people in this program. And so I don't want to spend 2 class periods or 3 class periods on grinding when it's not that important. We will spend about an hour talking about grinders. We'll take you in and I'll probably have Brett show us a demonstration on how to grind some reels. We'll talk about some of the important things you need to look for. If you get that opportunity, as long as you understand some of those concepts, you'll be able to move forward on it. If you have an opportunity to grind reels, usually you're going to work with someone anyway. And so you're going to work with someone. You're going to work with someone and they'll actually teach you. So most people, if you're going to do it, you'll need to work with someone. It's to grind a reel, you basically need to do it. You need someone to kind of go through some of the basic fundamentals, things to look for. There's some really bad things you can do to screw up a reel pretty fast. And so you need someone to kind of walk you through 1 or 2, and then after that it takes practice. I want to cover, maintenance, more of the maintenance side of this, adjustments, what to be looking for, how to change bearings, and what to do beyond just simply looking at it and saying, that's a reel, what do I do now? So that's kind of what I want to do today. These are going to be the different topics, kind of areas that we're going to hit. We're going to talk about the angles that we're looking for. We're going to talk about reliefs, rake relief, bed knife angles. Talk about parallelism, make sure these reels are parallel. Clearance, why it's important to have clearance. How to check to see if your reel is cone-shaped or not, and how that's important. They have stuff about dulling, cost of mowing, height of cut, bench setting, effective height of cut. There's a big difference between setting a reel on a table and setting it in grass. And so we'll talk about what affects those things. How many people in here have ever seen a prison gauge and know what it is? We'll talk about that. I wish I had one to physically show you. It'd be a lot better. But bed knife attitude, reel to bed knife relation. So that's the kind of things we're going to be covering. There's 4 different things, 4 different principles and angles. If you're going to deal with reels and you're going to be grinding them or dealing much with them, there's 4 things that are pretty important. And these 4 angles that we're dealing with will be, the first one will be my relief angle. And it's really important that there's a relief angle in your reel. Whether you're using the Dual Express or a Foley or whatever grinder you're using, whatever method, whether you're backlapping or spin grinding, it's very, very important that you have some sort of relief angle in here. This relief angle does 2 things. If you're backlapping, that's the little piece that holds the backlapping compound and kind of forces the backlapping compound down into that clearance. If you're not backlapping and you're just mowing grass, this lack of material traveling across the bed knife is going to reduce the strain on your hydraulic motors. That reduces the strain on the hydraulic pumps. That reduces the strain on the engine. Your horsepower is going to go up. Your fuel efficiency is going to go up. It's going to cost you a lot less money in maintenance over time. And so it's important, no matter what philosophy or theory you go with, that you have some sort of relief angle. And we're going to talk about it more. Rake angle. Rake angle is the twist that's put in the blade. You don't have any say in that. The manufacturer, when they design this blade, they're going to cut notches in the spiders, and the spiders are like the discs that go in here. They cut notches and they twist that blade and put it in there. The rake angle is the angle in which that blade rakes the grass in. And that blade will not be 90 degrees to the grass. It's going to be pointed into the grass, so it's pushing it. We want this leading edge to be the only thing in contact with the grass. And so the manufacturer deals with a rake angle, and they all have a theory on what the perfect one is, so you don't have to deal with it. The third one is the front angle. This front angle is not 90 degrees. You look at a bed knife, it looks like it's square, but it's not. This is going to be anywhere from 5 to 15 degrees. And when you're thinking about it, is I want the grass to be clipped right here at this point. And if I had a 90-degree corner, when you take a bunch of grass, you're taking this much grass, and you bring it together, and you're grabbing that much, you're going to pull it together, and you cut it. If I had a square edge here, what would happen is the grass would come, and then it would have to turn. Well, when you take grass and you kern it, it's going to shorten it, And when you get done mowing, the grass will be wavy. You don't want that to happen. So what they do is they cut a 15-degree relief. That gives you an angle, and that's the angle in which the grass will be in a pyramid shape, and it's going to be cut into that front angle. And if you're going to grind a bed knife, you're going to cut this angle in there. Then there's the top angle. The top angle is anywhere from 5 to 15. Typically it's 5 degrees, and it's going to be tilted down. And you're noticing what we're going to do when we bring this back and we bring this down, we're going to bring this to a point. And we want this single point on the blade and the single point on the bed knife to clip the grass. We don't want it to roll it over. We don't want it to rub. We want as little friction as possible. We want it to clip the grass. So those are all important angles that you're going to be dealing with when you deal with reels.